We are live, I think. We
Almost got one more connecting.
tighten this up. Woo. Out here in these rolling streets.
In these rolling streets.
Is it a little cricket over there? You think?
Where?
Both of the phones.
Hey, Fancy.
Fancy in the building. What's going on? Everybody, we Brandy Geeks on deck.
Yeah, it's getting set up on all our
Getting set
platforms.
up on
Just a second.
the different platforms here.
Hey, G
Tomorrow,
Mom.
Faithful. There we go.
She's like, sleep.
Man, what are we gonna do with all this time, people?
I know.
Okay. We got B-Dog in the building.
But here for all. Thank you so much for joining us. Tired and all. We understand.
Yes, Mama
It's been a
B.
long day because she was out early voting too.
Yeah, if y'all have, well, it's too late now, isn't it?
Yeah, it ended at 7.
Yeah. I was about to say get out and vote, but it's too late, so. You ain't did
You
it.
gotta wait till
You ain't got that thing in.
the main election come around.
So-
Hey, Mom. G Mom, we see you.
Okay.
Mom is on. Got
Mom
some
in the
fam
building.
on.
What's up? Yes. Felix. Always
Hey,
a
Mike.
pleasure, my friend. Always a pleasure. Thanks for dropping in.
Get into it.
Yeah, we in
Smile.
there. We in all of the
Frames.
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 So
yes.
we got the what I always forget how to set it up. So we got
Yeah, I don't know what you set up over here today.
Brandy Geeks Facebook here. So Brandy Geeks Facebook. We got
Oh, thank you, G Mom.
this is my page here up here.
Your page
Felix
on
in the
what?
building. Huh?
Your page on.
On Facebook, my
Okay.
bad. I was in the Facebook mindset, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, then we got Instagram and then we got your Facebook.
Yes. Hey, family.
All right. We're excited to share some more information. Like we said, we're going to come every week and drop knowledge. Try to make sure we drop the relevant information. Leaving some time for questions. Obviously just bringing to the forefront things we deal with our clients, things we're dealing with in our careers, right? Things
Right.
that we know will be beneficial as you build your brand, as you build your business, and just kind of answering the questions that we ask all the time. We ask our mentors, and and we go on that Google or YouTube to try to find out about. So
First off, happy Tuesday.
yeah,
We know a lot has been going on in these past couple weeks. Some of us are,
we're in a movie, y'all.
he's been saying, hey, grandma, been in a movie, but some of us are isolated in our homes. I know some still have to go out to work. So we know it's been a lot of transitioning this week.
Check out Outbreak on Netflix.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? If you want to go, that ain't no joke. Nah, serious.
But we hope all is well with you and your families.
Yes. Hope
We're
you're
all
being
good.
safe. Hope you're
Yes,
healthy.
yes. And if not, we're praying. We're gonna stand in agreement with you all.
Hope
for
you stocked
healing.
up.
Yes, stocked up. Everything.
Yeah. I heard tissue and hand sanitizer as a high commodity these days. So
Yeah.
definitely, if you make sure you get out if you haven't already. Get your stuff, whatever. And we just wanted to really have almost an informal. We still got structure to this conversation, but we wanted to have an informal conversation just about the time that we're in and making sure we can make the best of it, right? Make the best of being isolated or having to social distance ourselves.
Social, that's right. That's the key. Buzzword.
Yeah, buzzword, social distance, right? So understanding that, this goes back to our world, right? Which is internet, right? Is online marketing, is online brand building, right? So we thought this would be a great opportunity to just have a discussion around that, just about some things you can do to capitalize during this time, and not that you want to capitalize on a pandemic, so to speak, but you want to use. We think it's best to use your time most effectively, right? You're going to have all this extra time with family and all this extra time just at your home.
Right.
So this is a chance to kind of really, get to those side projects and those back burner projects and those things that you've been wanting to do for years, for months, for weeks, or whatever the case is. So, yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, I mean, just intro the people you want me to just dive into because they know.
Well, yeah, I mean, from us, we're good. We're all good. We're stocked up and everything. We have both kids home with us, along with us working from home. So any other parents out there, y'all feel us. Y'all, trying to balance working,
Yes.
especially like,
You
being
you did that post.
Oh yeah, the infamous post of the guy last year who was like doing like some type of like CNN type interview, and he was at home, and the little girl comes barging in his meeting, and then there comes the baby in the walker, and then the mom comes in trying to drag them out. Classic, hilarious. If y'all have not seen it, y'all have to find it because it's real funny.
And clearly my daughter.
But that happens a lot with us working from home, like in the middle of meetings, or Cleet more so is in the meetings, and I'm on the phone, so. Imagine like hearing the little
non-stop. Aiden comes in.
Please hold.
He's in the middle of a video game. He's like, "Hey, I can't get over the rock. I can't get over the rock." And I'm like in the middle of a presentation. I'm just like, "Great, yeah, that's my son, guys. Yep. Don't mind him, So, but
or like Paris today comes in with the princess dress.
Full princess dress.
Yes.
Mid meeting, okay?
Yeah.
So all I can do is laugh. I'm just like the people on the Zoom meeting. They just bust out laughing because it's
that's
what
all
you
can do.
And that's the stage. That's the state we're in, right? Kids are home. Mm-hmm. Everyone, if your job allowed you to, you're working from home.
Yeah.
So there's just some adjustments that go there. Now I've been doing that for 4 years now, 3.
Yeah.
Oh no, not 4 years. 2 years. 3 years. Almost 3 years.
That'll be 3 years.
And obviously I got my cadence to it, and it's all good. But I can understand the adjustment level, right? So I want to talk about some of those things today. So we'll jump into it.
And Adwena's just said, continue to be blessed, fam, and stay strong with the kiddos at home. Woo, it's a real task.
Woo.
Yes, Adwena, and I saw you. She had them at their separate tables.
Adwena gonna have them. She's gonna have them locked down. Good to see you, Adwena. Thanks for joining the live. I mean, it's a I don't want to call it a struggle. It's an opportunity. It's a challenge, right? And I think, like I said, if we're creative in this season, we can really capitalize on what's going on. So, first thing we want to talk about is rest, right?
Yes.
So, that's a big thing, right? So, because you tell yourself, I got all this time, and what do you end up doing? Netflix, Hulu,
binge watching stuff.
Disney Plus, and then you try to clean the entire house, and then you want to, this is time to play some board games with the kids, and you start trying to figure out all this stuff that you want to do, which is great. But I think we're going to talk about a little later about restructure and realigning. That is an opportunity for this is an opportunity for you to get a structure to your home.
Right.
Kim and I talk about it all the time. For our clients and for our career, we have a structure in which we provide the service or the product to the client, right? You have some of us may use some productivity tools where you can say this is to do, this is done, this is in progress, right? You might have all this structure that you have at work. Then when you get home,
Scrum.
A little bit, I don't want to get into the full Scrum conversation, but if y'all know about Scrum, for sure. But you might have a structure, a methodology is what they call it, in which you use to operate at work. But then when you get home, you're just like, hey, every man for themselves. You're figuring it out, right? And I think this is a great time to take some of those things that you're using at work, especially if it's an efficient system. You want to bring it home and see how you can apply it to the budget, apply it to the business. A lot of us, our conversations on the live is always about business owners and content creators, people who are building their personal brand or maybe building a business.
Right.
And the same thing applies, right? Like there's some things that you do from a methodology standpoint that's very structured. Even going out to a church, right? There's a order to a church, right? So if you're involved in church or if you're involved in your career, there's something you can take and bring to your house, to your home with your kids and with your family to add that structure. So, like I said, we're going to talk about that a little bit more. I think I kind of really dived into it already.
You did.
But
he hit on one of the other points is restructure, so he's kind of talking about.
Yeah, because and I guess we should have probably put that first. And the reason why, because I feel like before you can rest, you want to kind of find those places to rest, right? So we know some of us could just hit that bed and be out, right? And we don't. That's
Out for the whole time.
Yeah. We don't want that. 2 weeks you ain't did nothing. Your business in the same place. We not trying to do that, right? So we want you to definitely rest, but I think it was important to kind of dive into that restructure conversation first,
Right.
and then now
Like a foundation type thing.
Yeah.
So
you set a foundation,
organized.
you get structure, right? So for us, one thing we're looking to do, and I'll be honest, we haven't done it in the last 2 days, but starting tomorrow, I'm going to have Kim hold me accountable. We're going to look to add that structure for the kids, right? They're used to a certain structure at school, so we're going to have it where, and Kim was talking about Edwina doing it, right? So you have a structure where, hey, this time you're doing this, you're taking a nap, at this time you're doing this, and now
the first 2 days were vacate for them.
yeah. Listen, every person for themselves. Just don't make too much noise, right? But you add that structure, and now you're able to have those pockets where you can do specific things, right? So,
Right.
So we already talked about two of them, right?
Right.
Structure,
Rest.
rest,
And rest, yeah.
right? And that rest piece, it's of course it involves sleeping, but honestly, it just involves just relaxing, just being.
Sitting down.
Yeah.
Like what
just
you
being.
say, like sit your behind down
Sit your
somewhere.
behind down
Just sit
somewhere,
your
man.
behind down somewhere, because we don't realize how much we're always like constantly like on the go. Doing a lot.
And then you might look at this opportunity to say, you know what, I got more time to build my brand, to build my business, so I'm going to do 10,000 things, right? So, no, it's better to pace yourself, right? So you say, you know what, I've been running and gunning this whole time going to work. Now that I'm not going to work as often, or if I am having to work and working from home, let me take a certain amount of time, rest, and then this other amount of time, instead of trying to get 10 things done, I'm going to get 4 things done.
Right, which is something you've been working on.
Yeah, specifically this week, right? So that's a good thing.
We've been restructuring his schedule for work or whatever, because he's trying to do a whole lot. And we're like, no, we're going to restructure this. Let's start with 2 tasks, and let's go from there.
Tell them business to the people.
I just, we gotta be authentic. We gotta
No,
let
that's
them
good.
know, they
That's
gotta
the
relate.
truth. It's the truth, because as a business owner, you want to be able to deliver the product to every client as quickly as possible. But what happens is, if you don't add that structure like Kim's talking about, then you start to not deliver to anybody, right? Because you're not getting anything done. So that's a good one. And then we talk about recharging, right? So so you got rest, you got recharging, which is the next one. And recharging, you would think it might be involving rest. We're talking about recharging from the standpoint of now going back and actually watching those YouTube channels.
Yeah.
Videos that you've been, say, oh, I'm gonna watch this later, right? This is a training on how to use Asana or Slack or any of these tools or any of these things that is important for your business growth, right? So you've been putting off those type of tasks because you've been busy, right? You're trying to balance life and balance work and everything. Now you have this extra time. Go ahead and add that and recharge. Recharge your expertise, right? Recharge your creativity, right?
Right.
If you're if you're someone, okay, we got Pastor, and then we got my fam.
Is that Chico?
Chico, yeah. Oh man, that's my boy right there. Shout out to you, man. Recharging the thing that you're good at, right? So for me, I'm an artist. I'm a web builder, right? Kimberly, she's really, really good with social media. She's really good with organization, right? So there's the areas that we have expertise in. So this recharge piece is about going and recharging that, right? Going and finally taking that training. Some of us may have spent money, all right, for a training that we've been wanting to do for weeks or months or whatever. Take that time, schedule it, right? Like, I'm going to get through this training.
You actually do it, complete it.
Yeah, get through this time, because now you're going to be a better, you're going to be more refined for your clients, for your brand, for the product you're working on. You're going to be able to come at it from fresh eyes and really begin to invest in it and making it better. So take the time to recharge.
Even like in addition to business stuff, like even like self-development stuff or spiritual stuff, like recharging in that way too, because if you're not right, business not going to be right. So.
And that's something we typically don't get into, but it's if you really had a real conversation with us, we'll tell you that's where you start. You know, you want to start getting your mind and your heart right, because if you are, you know, fuzzy up here, you can't serve nobody, right? You can't provide products and services to anyone effectively.
Right.
You know, if you're doing it for money, right, or you're trying to do it just to come up, once you get that money, once you get that come up, you're done, right? So it's really taking that time to recharge. And one of the next ones, it's the last one. We won't get into it yet, but you definitely want to recharge.
Right.
And then realign, right? So we talk about this all the time, your messaging, right? We talk about starting with why, right?
Yes.
So this is a great time to realign with why you started your business.
Getting
why.
back to your why.
Yeah, right. You know, now you might be selling shirts. Now you're like, man, I was supposed to be writing books.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Why am I selling shirts again?
Right.
You know, so, and it's important because, you know, we are, you know, prisoners of the moment sometimes, right? So, you know, we might have been inspired by some event, some person that came across our path, and now we're inspired to create T-shirts. When, you know, we've had desire to write books, we probably have 5 or 6 books sitting in our mind right now, but we're not acting on it because we got, you know, distracted by something that seemed like it was really good. So this is a great opportunity to realign your focus to what you really know that you are supposed to be doing. You know, and this is not about your 9 to 5, your career, right? Saying, you know what, yeah, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and slide up out of there because
we're not saying that.
We're not saying that, right? That pays your bills. Keep paying your bills, right?
Yes.
What we're saying is, while you're doing that, let's go ahead and let's take some time and realign with what thing that causes me to get excited, that makes me, you know, a lot of times there's this saying, if something bothers you, it's because you're supposed to change it or fix it or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Or be the change that you want to see in the world.
Right.
So those kind of sayings, that's basically that's the thing, right? It could be anything, right? I'm not going to try to name them off. It literally can be anything. But you want to take some time to realign for that one.
Exactly.
And like I said, the next one was restructure. I already went over that. And it's simply just literally looking at the structure you have or the lack thereof, right? and looking to see where you can bring in some structure, do some research, and find out, you know, like a couple of years ago, I was a little annoyed with mail.
Yeah.
Mail sorting, right? You think this is just something small. And, you know, every time we would just keep getting these stacks of mail, you know, every time we would come home, and it's like, you know, I'm a tech guy, so I really try to avoid paper at all costs. And, you know, and Kim is the opposite, but she still don't want the papers either. Yeah. And, you know, literally one time I just said, you know what, I'm just going to do a YouTube search, and I found like videos after videos of
mail
different
organization,
things.
mail systems for the household.
Yeah, it was like this 3R1 that I started doing, and now we got a system where, you know, we got the mail they go into, we got a mail, what do you call it, PAL, or we got those magazine thingies that you,
like the
magazine holder, I guess you would call it. And we sort the mail immediately. You get it from the mailbox. You put, this is gonna go to trash. This is something I need to sort through.
And if it goes to trash, though, the trash don't need one though. If it's going to trash, right?
The PAL. The trash PAL. I'm saying you put one for the trash,
and then okay.
Yeah, you put.
I thought you were putting.
You see who does it, right? Apparently,
no.
She
that's
has
like,
no,
why are you organizing the trash? If it's
no, I say you put one in the pile. You got one for.
Oh, gotcha. I got you.
Do you? Because I'm just.
Yeah. I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So you got one that you put, you know, that's temporary, right? You know that, okay, I need to look through these, and you know the ones that you're going to file.
Right.
And the other one is the pile for the trash. Thank you very much.
Right. There you go.
Okay. Anywho, so, you know, and that's how we go through mail. And then once that thing get, you know, full, then we have like a backup storage I got on the cabinets where you just stack up all the mail and then you file it away. There's a whole system to it. I found that on YouTube, right? So that's a way, that's an example of restructuring, right? Not just being effective in on top of the world at work, but taking that and bringing it to your household. And think about it, if you're building your business at home, then you want to have that same amount of structure that you have at work, that you have at home, so that you can create that environment for business growth. You don't
Right.
want it to be, you don't want to try to be growing your business in a place that doesn't have structures.
Right.
Okay. And the last one is reflect. This is I want to say this one for last because it kind of touches on all of those things. Is really just kind of looking back and being thankful for where you are, being thankful for the state of your family, being thankful for just the opportunities you've had, the knowledge that you do have. Not so much thinking about what you don't have, right? A
Right.
lot of times we get down on ourselves. We're focusing on, man, if I only had this, if I had this training, if I had this amount of money, if I had this. It's like, nah, you got a lot more than you give yourself credit for. So
Right.
because you have these things, now start to look at them as tools that you can use to take you to that next level. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You may not have you may not have a Mac, you might have a PC. Yeah? And
Wow.
I'm just
See
playing.
how you threw that shade in there?
No, I'm just
Well,
playing.
because we're a Mac family, but he's always.
No, for real, let me be honest. I had PC half of my life, right?
Yes,
I had
you
PCs
have. Yes,
half of my
yes,
life.
yes.
I was a Mac fan for a long time. I would have the little dock on the bottom of my Mac.
You worked the faith process and finally,
yeah,
possessing
yeah.
your Mac accessories.
Yeah. So I'm saying that to say if you have whatever you got, right? Whatever device you got, whatever tools you have, first of all, be thankful for them.
Oh,
And
thanks, Caitlin.
Caitlin, thanks. Oh, good for you to join us. That's my girl right there. What was I saying? So whatever you have, right? You just you be thankful for that, and you use it to the best of your ability to get you to that next level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you start to focus on that, even with we talked about paying for training, right? So some of these trainings, man, they can be like $2,000. They could be $5,000, right? So you might may not be able to do that $2,000 training, but I can pay for this $150 training, right? So let me get this training. Apply everything that they're telling me about, whether it be for social media, business growth, right? Facebook ads, whatever, right? Apply that, start to get results from that, and then you use that to reinvest in yourself and take it to the next level. So just really begin to reflect on where you are, look at where you come from, right? And I think that's going to give you a lot of excitement on moving forward and pressing into
Where
things
you're
that you want to do, right? And even in this situation that we're going through as a country, you start to look back and say, man, it could be a lot worse than it appears to be right now, right? So let me be thankful for my family. Let me be thankful for currently where we are, and let's make the best out of this situation. If you're watching the news, there's a lot of doom and gloom and stuff like this. So we wanted to be someone talking. We wanted to be voices that are talking positive. We wanted to come out here and say, hey, listen, you're going to be at home, but it's not like you're in jail, right?
Right.
This is your incubation time, right? This is an opportunity for you to build your brand, build your business, spend time with the family, build that structure. For those of you who, like myself, who wanted to, you want your kids to be a YouTube sensation, this is time to start recording videos with the kiddos.
And I got all the time.
I don't know if y'all know, all of y'all who have kids, y'all should know who Ryan is, okay? Okay, Ryan runs the game. Okay, Ryan is a multi-millionaire that literally plays with toys. And now he's on Nickelodeon. And
11 million plus, to be exact.
what? Oh, yeah. So, I'm trying to get on that Ryan level, Hey, listen, if my kids, get to that level, I don't have to work, I'll work
play
for
with
them.
toys too.
I'll roll that thing like, ooh.
In the outfits.
Nah, I ain't doing outfits.
Oh.
I ain't doing outfits. Nah, I'm straight. Nah, you
Right.
Listen,
11 million, he'll be in those outfits.
She lying. But that's it, y'all. We, like I said, we wanted to be a little informal.
Yeah.
Normally we talk about a specific business principle and we just go in on that.
Right.
Obviously we're in a different climate, right? So we wanted to just jump on here, still make it a little bit about your business and about your brand, but also just talk about it, just have a human conversation, right?
Yes.
We're all facing this for the first time, right? My country never faced this. So, while we're at home, take that time. Yes, get rest, but take the time to get ahead.
Yeah.
Get ahead in the business. Finally make that editorial calendar for
Yes, that part.
for all the social media people, right? Even like I've been wanting to get regular posts. Well, now I can take the time to actually sit down and get that structured, right?
Yeah.
If it's something like your budget, like wow, finally get a budget, but don't feel like you have to reinvent the wheel. Which is one of the main things we're trying to say. There's so much tools and access out here, trainings and YouTube videos and
Lots of resources out there.
and everything you need to get stuff done. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so that's all we have for you all this week.
Any questions?
Any questions with anything we talked about tonight, or if you have any branding questions, whatever have you, we're open to asking questions. If not, we will wrap
We'll get up out your way.
this up and let y'all go. Y'all hear the kids in the background, you see them now. They could probably tell we're about to wrap up, that's why you hear them now.
They're gonna hear them anyway. They don't care. They don't care. All right, y'all. Well, Benson in the building. What's up, bro? All right. So appreciate everybody. Go ahead and tell them how they can find us and all that stuff.
Yes, so you all can follow us. Be sure to follow us. First, like and share this video. We are the Branding Geeks. You can visit our website, www.thebrandinggeeks.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, @thebrandinggeeks. Let us know. You can hit us up if you have any questions with anything branding, logos, websites, social media, or just general branding questions or business questions. We'll be happy to answer those. Am I missing anything?
The bell, the notifications.
Oh yeah. So we do these.
Oh my gosh. That's right.
Get the glory. But yes, we do these weekly lives. Typically every Tuesdays, depending on schedule. They're usually every Tuesday around this time at 8 o'clock. If you want to know, go ahead, click the bell. Make sure you have your profile set for notifications. Well, on our profile, that you can get notified when we go live, so you won't forget. Other than that, we hope you all have a wonderful night.
Yeah.
Once again, we're going to remain prayerful for you and your families.
Right.
That everybody will just, stay healthy and wealthy. And hope you all have a great week. This is Mr. Aiden. Say hi, Aiden.
Hi.
Yeah, same. Bass in your chest.
And this is the other one,
Bass in your
guys.
voice.
Come say hi.
Hi.
They can't see you.
I can see. I have an
And
extra.
this is Paris. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody, mister.
Oh,
Say
God.
have a better
Have a better
than ever
than ever
week.
week.
Say bye.
No, not yet.
Oh, we are who?
We are the Branding Geeks. That's
We are
right.
the
Good
Branding
job,
Geeks.
bro.
That's right.
No, we're gonna be all safe.
Okay, you
Okay,
ready
one,
to
two.
say
We're
it?
gonna say it. We're gonna say it all together.
Everybody
Ready?
say all together, Paris.
I got a new plate.
1,
2,
2, 3.
We are the Branding Geeks.
I got it.
All right.
Train them up,
That's
y'all.
right. Good job, bro.
You all have a great night.
All right. She's turning
Gma
up.
says hi, Aiden and Paris. Say love you.
All right. Okay.
Bye, y'all. Good night.
Don't put it on your face.
Hey, Paris.